Hi, I'm Liz. I play Bones, and welcome back. And let's not lose our heads and get back into this chaos.
And welcome back. So, again, we are reaching out and doing Stream to Serve. Not technically streaming, but we are filming, so everything is still on there. And you guys can still donate following the description down below, or on our commercial section, there is a
QR code.
There's a QR code. Thank you. There's a QR code that you can just click on your phone and donate straight from there. We also have the link in our description to go ahead and do it. It does help veterans out. So yes, we are also going to be working in the works to maybe do something special. We'll let you guys know.
Spoilers.
I'll find out next week for y'all. So, and it'll be posted heavily. But last we left off, party through a lot of bad stuff that happens.
When it rains, it pours, don't it?
With Amari and Nell talking to Puck, or the trickster, finding out that's not truly him, and it was Greaves that they were actually talking to. Lucy sitting at the fire with a head on a stand, but Amari reaching out and bringing Satori back with the Rod of Resurrection. Bringing him back, got to talking, seeing how his mindset is, redirecting him that he wasn't really forsaken by Bahamut, but in fact, in lack of better terms, being tested by him. So now that he is swayed with that nature, you guys have your conscience back, your honest jury that you all can talk to like you guys have before to help you out in situations, because he's been through a lot of it. He's been through hell and back, literally. But at the end of talking to Sat and getting his mindset back up to where he was and having him feel the despair and guilt that he bestowed on himself that you guys reminded him of, he's more focused and driven from Bahamut's side to stop his counterpart, or to try to fix that broken road. And at the end of this conversation, talking as Sat usually does, he noticed that there was a tension within the group, mainly dealt with Ryu and Nell, to where a trial by combat was issued for why Nell chose to side with his ideals and attack Ryu, and trying to gauge that. So this fight is gauging that through conversation and battle, test of metal, with stipulations in place, and Sat being the judge. So, that is where we left off, so let's dive in now to this episode 151,
Woo!
by the way,
Woo.
and see where this tale of tales of mistrust, guidance, and heart truly lie within the group before they continue on the last leg of this whole campaign in their adventures of getting themselves home. Let's find it.
The adventure continues.
And welcome back. So, as we stand here in this den, in the main upper suite, the penthouse of this inn, you know by default with Lucy having smashed things, that shit easily gets prepared. So,
Not just a dotted line from the bear.
damaging to the place itself is fine. But now we stand at the brink of a trial by combat issue, tension rising. Everybody's standing around watching it. Standing no more than 10 to 20 feet away from you guys, depending on how close you get to him. Being the judge and the protector of this trial. Any misuse, he will come in. And he will exact his vengeance on you. As tensions rise between the two, initiative has already been enrolled in the tournament. So as that goes, let this begin. Now you are first to act. What do you do?
God, as soon as you do this, I just like see like an aura burst from you. Just like,
So glad I'm not the only one.
I'm not making it. I didn't make this easy because I said.
No. I was just like, I wonder if they could change the format of one of the rooms so that they can mitigate damage.
they ain't gonna do shit. You've already seen everything can be smashed and just back to normal.
You know what? I want to take the dodge.
Okay.
That being said, all attacks you make with me this turn are with disadvantage.
Set the odds action.
Okay.
That's your turn. No
Yep.
words being said.
I've already said my words.
Like I said, this is trial, so to be fair, the lore of trial by combat is usually when you're found guilty of something to prove your innocence. So, you trying to figure this out by words, he gave you his spell. Whether you want to believe it or question it more as being the lead inquisitor to a defendant, you can still ask queries while you attack, or while you do anything on your turn. That will not count as an action, it will be a free action
Okay.
to communicate with him as you're striking, but he can't answer until it's his turn.
Gotcha.
So, you see Nail taking a steady defensive stance, engaging in what you're doing first. How does Ryu respond?
So I'm using the rapier for this one. I don't know why I clicked that short sword. But rapier in hand. I look at him. And I go, oh, you do realize I feel, that this is betrayal, to not only me, but to the rest of us as well. And I'm gonna walk up to him. But I'm not gonna strike with the sword. I'm gonna use unarmed strike.
Okay.
I said no magic. Ick. But I didn't say anything about that. That's probably gonna miss. 17.
No,
No, that hit?
you got to roll with disadvantage.
Oh, I forgot. My
I
bad.
took the dodge action.
11.
Misses.
So, swings wildly.
Easy enough just to...
Step back.
That
Yep.
Don't you get 2 attacks?
Oh yeah, you're right. I do. Here, so I'm just gonna fall. Same thing. And just gonna fall with the back fist. Just off the miss. Well, the second one I know would have hit, but then I gotta roll with the disadvantage one. And so 14.
Again, same thing. He's just as if he's like predicting which way your strike's gonna go.
He's Legolas all over you.
Okay.
It's not gonna really do anything. As you throw those punches and ask me why I did it, why I betrayed the party, I'm going to throw an unarmed strike.
Alright.
Going from steel
8 plus 7.
15.
Just hits.
3 points.
Alright. I'll take that.
Ooh, 3.
Could have very easily done worse, but
Yeah.
Did you not hear the words that I said? That his insanity, his madness, his anger and rage were the key that I needed to see deeper into his thoughts? He was targeting you. You're a victim of circumstance in this moment. Second one. That's not gonna hit.
What was it?
A 9.
9 plus.
A 9.
Oh.
9 total.
Yeah, that's.
2,
not gonna hit.
2 plus 7.
Yeah, that's gonna. I take the first one and just. So, my turn. And I go, oh. I heard those. And I understand that. But it's the fact that you chose to stab us in the back and just. I happen to be, as you said, victim of circumstance. Kicking a man while he's already down. Well, I'll take my next one. And
Straight roll.
Straight roll. 15.
Hits.
That's gonna be 4. Goes for the back fist. At least on the second one. Yeah, that's gonna miss. It's 6 plus 8. That's 14.
Yep.
Bones just runs really quickly past this boss. Dunk. She left a little note. She's just like, as soon as they're fighting.
No,
she's
one
like,
of the pictures on the frame was moving, and it was a pirate ship sailing in the stormy seas. She sat just.
Nope. Not that kind of fight.
Nope, not that kind of battle.
You do that, and just splash.
I know a 23 is going to hit.
Yep, that's gonna nail me.
Again, 3 points of damage. And it sounds like to me you're blinded by your own rage. That you hear my words, but you truly don't hear me. I saw into his mind. What better way to gain some trust than taking it out on the one he's targeting already? $21 to hit.
Yep.
3 more points of damage.
Your face is gonna look like a bruised plum whenever you're done.
It's gonna look like a rotten avocado.
It says I'm targeting his face.
I'm sure you're gonna hit his face at some point.
He could be targeting the ribs, going for the stomach blow. If you've seen into my history and looked into my mind, you'd understand why I feel the way I feel right now. No. Swinging again. Yep, that's not hitting.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
critical failure.
That's gonna hit. Dirty 20.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Before you swing, Sat's watching this and hearing everything. So as far as everybody else. Don't go by how you feel. And saying that we can't see inside your mind. This is trial. There is no hidden secrets. You speak them or you feel my blade.
Are you not?
To quit hiding your truth. Speak it.
You allowed to talk, or I gotta wait for Vikings?
You can answer him.
Okay. Hey, I wasn't sure if I had to wait for Viking to go first.
No, you can answer him.
Looks at Sat and goes, "And the people you trust stab you in the back, especially someone you have looked up to for years, done everything that they have asked. You've worked or done everything by the book. To find out they had hidden agendas, and they were going to use you as the key to put that into motion."
Oh no, I didn't even say that. I'm sorry.
You're not there.
I know I'm not there. My mind hearing your word in the internet from my nope, I'm not here.
But
I'm
how
not.
can that be? Because
Right.
you were there when I struck judgment and had to gain all of your trust to kill a cat. While nobody was on my side. So yes, I'm going to side with this stranger now. Because this is just how I felt when I had to persuade all of you that the cat was a demon. And to be fair, the first world we came, I obliterated it. And killed all these people. Where's my judgment? You don't feel any remorse to what I did, you're fine.
Believe me, yeah, I still feel sorry for that world. Simple mistake that we did.
I'm here. Extract judgment on me next. If not,
Sat.
shut your mouth and deal with the trial now. Then you can deal with me if you want to.
We'll finish that conversation.
Because the zone of truth is still up. Because Sat still has long concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. You know, Spelljammer just went on the thing. He's like, nope,
He's like, wolf. Like, get
Sat
back
is literally
get back
on
to
the
the truck.
back, and he just flicks and shatters the wall. Goes, yep, no more paintings on that wall. Sorry, continue.
Just, we're getting ready to swing. Just see now Ol and Ryu just stop and turn and look. A little bit much, isn't it?
I'm tired of distractions.
People you've looked up to, done everything they've asked. I have done neither. I have not been one that you looked up to, nor have I asked anything of you. As I said, I serve both the light and the dark. I walk between those lines. Again, I say you fight out of rage, and this time I'm hitting with the long sword. 13 plus 7, dirty 20.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
A whopping 8 points of damage. $17 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
12 points of damage. Show me your justice.
Right, he looks and goes. I looked at you as a comrade. I may not have known you long. With someone that with your skills and the way you've bonded with not just me, but our friends. That is what I had this battle has happening. He's going to swing at the rapier. 25.
That hits.
8 plus 5.
14. 13.
Yes.
$19.
Hits.
$13 again.
Bonded. I have bonded with you all. Only one I've really talked to here has been Amari. None of you have actually talked to me, gotten to know me. A few hours ago, Amari and I were having a rather decent conversation with each other, and she understood my point. She understood why I did it. I guess you're too thick-skulled to get that through your head. Nat 20.
This
Confirmed.
Yep, this is gonna hurt.
$14?
Is that doubled or?
14.
Not points. It's
Oh, the hit.
It's the second attack.
No,
No.
that was points.
Okay.
Doubled it already.
Yes.
So 14.
Yeah.
18 plus 7.
Yep, that's gonna hit.
10 points.
This is clutch. There's 6 hit point difference between you two.
Still, oh. The rest of my case is you've talked with Amari. You trained with Lucy. I know you haven't had much time to talk with me, any old bones. But still. As for that conversation, we'll talk more about that later.
Talking now.
Literally the whole point of this.
You're talking with your
This-
swords and your mouth.
Okay, above table, this is your manly bonding time, man. Figure it out. I don't.
You're talking as you're swinging, bro.
Why do you do stuff? 'Cause I wanted to. That's this whole thing right now. Figure it out.
And even so, talking is a two-way street. If he doesn't come up to you and you need to talk to him, talk to him. What's stopping you? At this point of stage of your life, trying to get back home with the people you have and with the history that this group has of losing other people within this group, I get why you're worried to bond with people. But this could be the saviors of the whole multiverse. You should know them inside and out.
My turn is listening ears up.
Roll me a wisdom saving.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I'm not in the room. Pointy.
DC was a 21 actually. You feel anger coming from within. Not so much anger as if it's not you. You're not mad at anything. You have a sixth sense that
I'm feeling this anger emanating somewhere.
like empathy wise, you're feeling not just your
Do I feel like we're kind of where it's coming from, but not like, oh, it's there?
yes. You kind of.
Does it feel close-ish, or does it feel like distant? Because normally,
It feels close to the heart, but this feeling is not yours. But like somebody's
enraged.
impact on you. Like almost a secondary heart you feel hitting harder.
Does it
Pumping
feel
harder.
like the mark? No. I'm trying to get the beat on. I get like how it is with empathy. You're feeling the emotions of others, but the
You're
closer
feeling
you
the emotion
are,
of somebody else, and it feels like you have a second heartbeat with it. That's how close the bond is.
she's gonna like sift within the crowd and try to assess and give a look around real quick.
Give a perception check.
While she's doing that, I'm
You
taking
guys
the
can-
dodge. Alright. I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay.
Ooh. Perception. Where'd you go? That's a 29. 19. 29. Sorry. I can't count.
Now, are you sifting the area for? Are you sifting the crowd to see if it's around you?
Yes.
Okay. No. You look around, and this feeling is not coming from anybody around.
Because, again, me feeling like whenever
You good?
I feel emotions, it depends on, like, if I'm
Yeah.
really close to someone, not just like, hey, I like you, you're my friend, I like your feelings.
Just after
But,
listening
like-
around.
Yeah, I got you.
With me, at least, when I feel emotions, depending on if someone's like, he or she was like overcome with emotion, I'm beside her, I feel it more. If she's like in the other room or something, I can kind of feel there's something wrong. So there's a distance. But I can tell there's something angry, but it is at a distance.
Give me an intelligence check. Straight out intelligence check, not a save, just a check. Or insight.
Okay.
Sorry.
Insight is... It's not bad. That is a 26.
Yeah, 26 isn't bad. It's almost damn near impossible to, on the scale
16
factor.
plus 10.
I know.
Insight. So,
Impossible is a 30 by D&D rules.
oh.
Just letting you know. So yeah, when you say, oh, that's not bad, a 26. I mean,
No,
yeah.
My insight's
Yeah,
plus
that's
10,
kind of. You're
Listen.
4 points away from the impossible section.
Listen,
Insight wise, it's coming from the person that you said when the spell was being cast. I need you. So you feel a tether and a pull to the very soul that you brought back in this war by saying, I need you here.
Amari, your sending stone is speaking.
Okay.
Because she's yellow. She says yellow. Amari, where is Satori? What is he doing?
playing referee.
I needed to get air and figure a few things out, and I may have abruptly left. I'm not far, but I feel something's wrong.
Okay. How do we use the stones?
You speak into it.
Okay,
Well,
that's
for
it?
ours, it's kind of like the
Walkie
Guardians of
talkies?
the Galaxy. It's
Okay.
like
Sort of. It's the equivalent of the sending spell.
Okay.
So it's like 25 words can be set within the phrase of the stone, and then it sets out to who you want it to. Because you guys have a collection of sending stones that are marked based on how you guys got it. You can determine which one you want it to send it to.
if you remember, mine is indigo. So you can even just say Lucier indigo.
Okay.
Indigo it is. Woo.
So when you cast a spell, it's not saying that word.
Yeah.
It's concentrating on who you
Oh,
want.
okay.
You can either do it massively,
Okay.
or you can do it.
I thought I had to think the
Specific.
color or
Okay.
the name. So.
And if you're trying to reach that person and they're too far away, it will relay off the stones to that person. But they're all gonna feel that.
And she's not out far outside the tavern. She literally opened the door and just needed to like, whoo.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, Lucy, we have his double. He's with you.
Do you know it's his double?
Yes. I watched him cast the spell
He's with me.
because it's the motions and stuff, and I've watched him do it before.
Satori. Drunk pusher. Is that why those men were falling? It was funny. I needed air. I am sorry. I did not tell you. There's a lot, and I feel like I'm talking to myself. Please make yourself visible. I feel like I'm talking to myself and I look crazy. It's just like right here. You are crazy.
That's crazy. And just put it in a whole place with 5 rooms.
Yeah, nice.
The streets are not as busy as they should be. With your passive perception, you hear a faint.
Behind me.
You track it beside you in an alley. In
So-
this dark alley, you see him there. But not full.
He angry looking.
No, he's sitting down.
No.
Like this. Continue.
I'm going to take the disengage and move 30 feet away.
Okay. No attack of opportunity, so there ain't nothing you can do on that.
Nope.
So, you're gonna move again.
Is that
No
done?
word? Alright.
Alright, he looks over. Very puzzled. What was this conversation you two had? And he's going to hold action.
4.
If he comes within range. Okay.
Merely our thoughts about the whole situation. Doing what I did, when I did, and why I did. Nothing more, nothing less. And had a rather pleasant dinner along with it.
Are you ignoring the fact that you guys talked with the trickster during this dinner?
I mean, he was there. But he was also asleep.
Right, we're talking to him. No.
Okay.
Because I don't see the reasoning for it.
Oop.
You're standing trial by him.
You need a win to prove your innocence, sir.
So I would say with this, Sat will step in. Are you submitting?
No.
And do not take one step back. Because I will consider that a forfeit. Whatever he deems worthy for punishment is what it is. Prove your innocence by the strength of you, or defend it. That is this trial that you exacted. So finish it, submit it. Forfeits don't matter. But if someone runs away, you will need my might.
Don't we both still have the glyph?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Break the rules and it goes off.
I
If
totally
you
forgot
kill
about
someone, you break the rules. It goes off. Either way, bang bang boom, you both get blown up.
that. So that's a lot more than.
It's a lot more than either one of us is going to deal out in one blow. Because that was what, 6?
71. Because I already had it written down.
So yeah, don't break the rules.
You doing anything, Viking?
No, I took the disengage. That 30.
Well, yeah, and then he held action.
Oh,
So
that's your
I'm
turn.
waiting on you.
So technically it's back to you.
Now you guys are at like stare off.
Yeah, you're at a weird
Let's
standstill
say we're
right
at a
now.
stalemate at the moment.
Yep.
I would say when he's saying that to suit up by strength, you can see that the sword that he is on the ground, as he's in a sentinel stance mode, glows. Amari can easily tell at this point that a smite is on standby for anybody to step out of bounds or to break the rules of engagement.
Okay. So I will move back to you.
Alright. Does my hold action go off?
I'm going to put my sword against yours. I'm not attacking.
But his hold action does go off.
Show me the full strength of the dragon within you.
Alright, so roll it. Just the one attack, right?
Yes, but how do you respond to that? Roll an intimidation.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
Inside. What's your
23.
23.
okay? So
19 plus 4.
as a DM, I can't. I was gonna say, because of that roll, showing the dragon, if you would have won that roll, that would invoke fear onto you. Panic, to show the might of dragon. But you're at a standstill, so how do you wish to proceed when you had your held action? You were holding an attack for when you got close.
So
So with him saying that,
he swings to block the sword initially. Takes one arm, puts it up against the blade, swing. So that's cocked. 25.
Heads.
Eight.
going back, Lucy, the heartbeat flutters a little faster. Off beat.
She goes into the alley. I'm sorry. I didn't mean if it seemed like I was abandoning. I needed air. All this information, all of this anger. And now I feel like all I'm doing is wrong. I don't want to spiral. I don't want to make another wrong move, and I don't want to misjudge anything again. It seems like it's all I've been doing.
So that go back to my turn then?
Not trusting. I don't want to become like he has become.
Because you held.
Okay.
Come on.
Losing things, losing people. I was told not to be even like my father. He said not to be like a powder keg. to let my anger get the best of me on everything and to think things through and see things before I act, and I have not done that. All I did was act
27.
rashly for everything,
Before I do that.
especially after you left.
Just get it out of the way.
Alright.
And now hearing more and more of your past, his past, all I'm thinking is I did wrong, and there could have been something else I could have done, even slightly different. I just needed air. I can't keep doing this. I'll lose more until everything is gone.
He's not showing any emotion, nor is he moving at any given point of this conversation. You feel like he's hearing you, but he's not making anything, and all you hear is, when you get closer, how that heartbeat flutters. You're saying that to him, and you swear one of his eyes has a little of that starry flame to it, and all you hear is, what a puny dragon he is. Because under mislead, as long as he's staying concentrated on his duplicate, he sees and hears through them. And he can switch back and forth. So you're hearing that.
As she was talking, little by little, as she's like getting that out, it's almost as if she's trying not to cry. And it's like that happened. It's that like blank moment, and then the chuckle happened, and now she's just trying to wipe away. And she's, I think I understand what's going on.
And he whispers it enough to himself that easily enough Ryo's passive can hear that.
Alright, so that's going to change up what I was getting ready to say.
Amari.
Because he says literally, when he smirks, when he has a smirk and you see that fire goes off, he goes, you have no knowledge of what a dragon's might is. What a puny little bug.
And all I heard was the puny dragon part. Or did I hear all of that?
You hear all of
Oh. Amari.
Yeah, 'cause he says puny, he says, what a puny dragon. And then he continues with saying, he has no idea what a dragon's might can give.
So
You hear all that because he's whispering it to himself, because he forgot that he has a duplicate. And he's speaking out loud.
So on the miss,
Hold on. Amari,
Yes?
what's going on? Why is he talking about puny dragons?
Your passive is way too low down to hear that.
I know.
But she would understand
She would have
dragons.
just said that, and I would have been like, oh.
We got a little
Satori's inner thoughts are leaking out.
I understand that. What's going on? This little stone face looks just like, and you just, I don't know if the mouth moves. I can just imagine what's going on. The mouth's going like that. It sounds angry, but like dull.
The talking heads from Halloween.
Yes. It just looks dull faced, but its mouth is talking aggressively.
it's do dum dum, give me gum gum. But it's a sending stone.
Remind me what your character's name is, because I
Nell.
haven't.
Nell.
Nell. Okay.
Eluin.
Nell and Ryo are working out their manly differences.
So on the miss, because I missed the first
You
one.
heard that.
That's I'm gonna go. Ryu's line up the swing, swings. He goes, "The fuck did you say?" It just cracks off the sword that Nell's holding, thing, and then turns around on with a slash on the backswing. Like
It hits a wall.
You ain't attacking me.
I can't swing like I'm swinging at Viking because he's over there. You're right there.
No. Okay.
No, oh, I'm saying at the table.
Okay.
The theater of mind part.
Yeah,
aspect.
Yes.
gotcha.
You really said it out loud? The fuck you said?
No, it's the fuck.
The fuck moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that confused, like I heard it and that's the what the fuck?
She's literally becoming hysterical in an alley now. So someone's probably like, the fuck? Because she just...
I rest my case!
Hysterically laughing. Would your stone pick that up, or do you have to specify?
I don't think it picks that up, because if not, you're going to have a really blank-looking face going...
That'd be funny if that's actually what happens.
It's not a walkie-talkie. You have to think. I'm not just be like, think the thought. I'm laughing to Amari right now. I mean, it'd be funny, but no. I mean, you could throw in word grenade to someone, just be like...
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright. Puts her hands on Satori. I see you.
Stab.
No, I'm not gonna like that would be terrible. I would not do that.
Just reactionary, just
Peekaboo.
What?
I see you. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, it's more like a
look,
pat to the
IRL
shoulders,
voodoo
like
doll.
I see you.
Oh look.
She's like looking at the starry eyes. The one just like closed.
I knew
It's,
better to
like
say
a
because
normal
Viking hates
eye
that
and
line.
the starry eyes. He's like looking through both ends of the spectrum right now. Like he's seeing there and here. What are they doing? Satori.
21.
That's gonna hit.
And you heard what I told you?
12.
Well,
12
then
points.
I do apologize. I did not. If you following me is thinking I have left, then I apologize.
24.
Yep.
And it was not my intention.
12 more points.
But there is something,
Nice.
once these boys are done settling differences, I have an idea before we leave. I don't know if it'll work or not, and I don't know if it'll help or not.
Nice.
But when they're done, we may need to convene, and I have something that may help. If you still wish to continue around the town, we can while they're doing this, unless it's putting a strain on you.
I'm fine where I'm at.
And she
21.
plops beside him and just sits there.
What?
I am still getting my fresh air, so to speak. And she looks up at the bleak sky. And you're doing what you're doing to assist them, so I'll do that here for now. And
Funny, we just one of us swings and misses, and the chair goes flying from the penthouse.
just tell me what happens when they're done. She's gonna just sit there and collect her recollection. Let's sit there while you guys do your thing. And you're in the spot still, just
I said, show me the might of a dragon. That was more like a hatchling pawing at a wall.
That reminds me of something. Make sure that I show you all the record.
here.
You clock that he sacks muscle and his grip almost crushes the hilt. And at this point in time, he's going to use his channel divinity, and his wings unfurl, and they are dragon. As his features change a little bit, scales start to form on him. The blade is engulfed in a brilliant flame. Fangs and talons grow from his feet and hands. This is the might. Should I demonstrate it?
I can't use my ability, so I
Hold
can't.
up, quick question. Sorry. What he does there, does it mimic what he's so just wings out of nowhere and he's saying I'm just like Never mind. Never mind. Just she's still sitting like, just trying to like use her mind.
Hold on, you said that again. Roll. Okay. Persuasion or intimidation. You choose. Don't tell me which one.
Somebody's
Insight.
pissing him off.
Again, 23.
He got me this time. Because I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay. You feel threatened. You feel very threatened, like he's calling you out, like he is literally demoralizing you.
I can't use my ability.
Doesn't mean you can't.
You said...
Fight like a dragon, just bam, bam, wham, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, him.
I get that. I understand that you're trying to honor bound that. But he literally just slapped you in the face and called you a bitch, and you're still playing by the rules.
Right?
That's the thing. It's literally somebody saying, hey, Timber, I'm going to ask you a really personal question about the table. What's your most favorite thing to do right now?
What?
What's your most favorite pastime to do? Don't answer that.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I was being a ventriloquist.
You're coaching?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
It's a wonder I didn't get in trouble on Sunday for some of the stuff
I
I
want to
said.
put this in better terms so that you can understand it. Okay? This is saying that...
You're a shit coach and shouldn't be on the field.
No, okay, hold on. Stop. For one. No, listen. This is what he said to you in those lines of, being a dragon. He wants you to show you the money. Because you failed that save, you were engulfed with this rage. The rage, to put it in better terms for that you can understand and put it into your character, is the fact that Fortuna just went up to you and says, "You suck! You are not fit for this position. Go away."
That's a good example. Not the one I thought you were going to use, but...
That is the pain you're feeling right now. That is the codes. That is the anger right now. Trust me, I can go into deeper and darker ways, but I'm keeping it.
Keeping it PG.
No, I'm trying not to piss you off personally.
I have a question, Frank. I'm going to text it to you real quick.
Nope, go ahead, say it out loud. Okay.
All right. Hey, if my... You know how my arm gets. The more pissed off I get, arm turns.
If you want to tap into it, it's all on you, dude.
My question was going to be, if I used unarmed strike, is that still just a regular unarmed strike, or is that at a claw attack now?
If you're letting it work, if you're going... Okay. You are so filled up with rage that if you want to use magic or your abilities to do so in the hopes of doing it, you can do it. You failed the save. So you don't have to play by the rules at the moment because he struck a very hard chord. Especially when you were trying to be an up-and-comer follower of Muhammad. And to seeing what the might is, and have Sat unfurl his wings and dragon fire literally coming from the blade as he's flexing his power.
Roddy's going to go pissed off. Dragon arm. Arm with talons. If that's the case, I need you to make me a dex save.
What are you using?
Dragon's breath.
Okay.
29.
Pass, or you're going to take half damage. Yeah, and that's going to be the fire because I had last time he was out. Oh, he was fire.
Yes.
1, 2, 6,
He also comes out?
No, he's been out. Oh,
Okay.
well, he doesn't go away until his
Right,
hit
okay.
points hit 0.
Gotcha.
So he's just sitting there chilling.
Before you give the damage, just total it up and just hold on to it real quick. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to ask you is how does Ryu tap into this? The fuel that Null's doing is saying that you are a hatchling in the eyes of an actual dragon. How do you tap into that rage and come in to using your ability?
He just went Super Saiyan, and eyes.
For
The
those
light.
who don't know Dragon
So,
Ball,
for Ryu, his eyes turn. The lightning goes through his eyes. Even though Sparky's red, those eye, you see the blue lightning go across his eyes. The dragon mark starts to glow. Oh, and the brighter it glows, the scales go up till it reaches his neck up here, but down his arm, the whole way, his fingers turn into talons. Then the voice doesn't sound like Ryu anymore. It sounds more of a dragon breathing.
okay.
And to the point, and two fangs show up on his top offset of teeth.
Is this something you activate or is this involuntary?
This is involuntary.
Both.
Well,
Okay.
but yeah, both.
Both.
But
This is his rage.
This is rage kicking in because of what he said to what he's implying. Is the
So,
fact that that's
before he
happening.
does the dragon's breath, he pushes off. Like we're locked with blades. He just big boots net all off. In Draconic, because the only person that's going to understand it is Satori. You want strength in Draconic. You want strength of the dragon. You can have it.
And you breathe
Fire.
Which was how much?
If he was taking full damage, would have been 23.
So half is 11. A fire.
I still get another attack, right? He's coming back in. You never answered that question, Frank. The unarmed strike, is it just claw or is it still just an unarmed
I'll
strike?
make it a claw.
You pull up that stat for me? I know I gotta roll a hit.
Claw, it just follows the rules of your unarmed strike, except the damage is 1d6 plus strength.
Alright, so. Well, that ain't hitting shit. Goes in with the claw. Oh, and swings and misses, because that was an 11.
11 to hit.
Yeah, 3 plus 8.
Roll with advantage because you'll be my the dragon.
Okay. That's going to hit. 18.
18.
So you said D6 plus my strength? 4.
Okay. You almost collapse right now because you feel like the heart's about to explode.
Okay, so it feels like panic attack chesty, so she's gonna fall over and clutch her chest.
Correct. But yet you're feeling it, so you're feeling what he's feeling right this second.
So is she gonna go like if anyone's ever seen anyone with that, it's not fun. She's gonna start going hyperventilated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that point,
Oh shit. I read that wrong.
what?
I forgot. There was supposed to be 8d6. I only rolled 6.
I'll roll 2 more. Or roll 1 more, and that'll be the half because he didn't.
Oh yeah.
Just roll
3.
So add 3 more into that.
My bad. I can't count tonight.
those who are at the den, witnessing this trial by combat go down. For one, the circle that was casted before for truth shatters. Goes to the blade. You broke the rules. 27 hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit, Frank.
Second attack. 29.
Yep.
Cool. This is the might of a dragon. And he swings with his great sword. In. Since fire is coated in blades, he activates also his channel divinity, his smite. The glyph in your hand. Total.
It's gonna be a lot.
That's a lot of clicky clacky math, Rockies.
Lucy. Ryer's getting his ass kicked back here. Who's duck?
I'm a duck.
Quack.
You're just glad he didn't crit. So, grand total. Now you're resistant, right?
Yeah, because as long as it's is you're using fire, correct?
Well, sort of. It's half fire.
Well, the fire I'll take.
Cool. So grand total is 252 damage.
Yep, I'm done.
Ooh, you saw stars and then you saw stars.
For tapping into the astral elf side, the other half of him side of this angelic thing, and the might of the dragon, he doubled almost his hand grip strength. So with the glyph going off, which is 40 damage, for his godlike strength, which is an extra 40-10 on top of that, using Shining Smite.
The fuck is that one?
Ow.
I have it too. Damn.
It's an ouch.
Shining.
Yeah,
Yeah, no shit.
You asked. I told you it's an ouch.
And the glyph was already a pre-existing effect, and the godlike strength is no action. The bonus action of the smite.
Yeah, I got it.
Shining Smite is 7d6 out the get-go for his highest level spell, which is 7th.
Yeah, I only got it up to 4.
Because he knows where you're at. Because you're shedding bright light. And at the same time he does it, his channel divinity again, as he breathes fire onto the blade, showing you Muhammad's breath. For 252 points of damage on both attacks combined, with all his smites. And all of a sudden, a wave of calm. In an instant, stops.
Just like what was that?
And the sword he kind of just sets aside, backs up, and it's almost at the ready again in case any of you come after him. Broke the rules. Balance is kept. Vengeance is an act.
Right, he's down.
Oh, I
Also,
know he is.
oh, he's.
I would have been down completely.
He's severely down.
Listen,
And the guy had the highest HP.
I would have been dead.
Listen, Rock Bottom just built a basement and you're in it right now.
So as you lay
Digging another one.
out of the valley, actually that puts you down to a death saving throw, I believe, because that's over.
Yeah.
Lucy.
17.
Got his ass handed to him.
So that's passed. What I want you to do, Timber, is I want you to roll me. What's your Constitution save modifier right now?
My con save modifier? 3.
There Okay. If you can roll 20, you're okay. If you cannot roll a 20 because I did over what you had originally, because I believe that's way over half. That is a traumatizing attack that could insta-kill you if you fail.
That's gonna be. I was gonna say, Frank, that was past my max total.
If you can hit 8, okay, I'm gonna put it to you this way: 20 is almost damn near impossible to get with the +3 modifier on the roll. So, if you can hit between 17 and 20, you may
With
not
+3.
be dead. You may not be dead. I'm gonna give you that range.
Nope, I'm dead.
Cantrip, spare the dying.
Okay.
Oh, nope, that wouldn't help me. Wait. Maybe?
You're in a different room, unfortunately.
No, she's
we're
right
in
there.
the same room.
Oh, duh. She's the one in a different room.
No plus?
He's unconscious.
Okay, he doesn't.
No, when you're unconscious, you don't get any modifiers.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
Or not modifiers, bonuses.
Yeah,
Okay.
You can get bonuses if you're knocked out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm knocked out cold. Well, just
No, it's because
Okay. I thought it was because I wasn't knocked out. Not him.
I didn't do double his hit points. I did over what he currently had,
Yeah.
and where that damage exceeded past your fucking. Now, if I took, where were you at?
I was at 69.
Nice.
That's what I said.
So let me do this.
Yeah. Did we ever figure out how much damage that actually was because you are resistant?
So did you?
No, that was the damage.
Did you
That
actually
was
say
the
that
damn-
was
it's-
With resistance?
Yes,
So
No.
what's your total?
You're allowed to speak.
What's your total mass of light?
149.
Remember,
Okay,
it's
so
interject
if I
every
took
time.
the 69 ounce, you subtract it from the damage, that's 183, which is well over half your maximum. That is a traumatizing attack. If he doesn't beat the save, it's an instant death.
No.
So,
That's right.
but because of him, was Spare the Dying as a cantrip to unleash it.
because now he can
You
use it.
felt everything that went through. You see as you are fading from life that everything you got up to this point, trudging through the fogs of Barovia, dealing with Strahd, dealing with Esmeralda, dealing with Baba Yaga, dealing with the Were-Ravens, dealing with the Werewolves, dealing with Strahd, and everything that dealt with that horrible place of dread. Going through these worlds, trying to get back home, saying all these times that you wanted to see your valley again and change it with this, but knowing that you had control over the realm, being the last known survivor of the area itself, to rebuild, to gain your right to have the keep, to start anew, and see and feel that all out of reach as you are fading into the darkness and seeing your valley, seeing your home, seeing the handle to the door of the keep as you reach out for it and you're just falling back or it's getting further away. You can't tell which one's which. You ever seen Gladiator?
Yeah.
So when Maximus is dying, his hands are going through the field. You can feel that going up to the door. And as soon as you try to touch it, just endless distance starting to form between you and the door. You just feel like all that is going away. And then it starts to reverse. To where your hand's on that door and you go to go. Your hand's almost to the door. You reach out for it. When you reach out for it, you don't feel the door handle, but you feel a hand.
What the hell?
And as you look and kind of come to, you see the astral elf that you've been fighting reach his hand out to you.
What in the name of the gods? Anybody get the license plate number of that cart?
I can show you again.
Nope. I'm good.
So
I'm at 1 HP, right? For Spare the Dying?
Yep. Wait, no? You're
Spare
just
the Dying
at
points
zero.
zero.
Wait, hold on.
Zero.
But
It is
yes and no.
okay.
So technically, at the moment, involuntary, grab your hand and Spare the Dying goes up. Now, if you're trying to assist with that, what were you gonna do?
Forgot what it's called. I'm gonna use the descending stone to. Do I just say to Lucy?
You think who you're
Or-
You
sending
think
it
or
to.
who you want to send it to,
Okay,
or you could send it massively.
I'm gonna send it to Lucy.
Okay.
Hey, so Ryu just got his ass handed to him.
She's slowly getting up and she's just like still clutching her chest, confused, just like.
Anyhow.
That was.
Okay.
Is it done? Are they done?
He reverts back, but he's still in the blank.
Story. She's just like shaking her shoulders, like, what's going
Dad,
on?
help me!
Are you still betwixt? You can let it go. Or are you needing to tell them
He
things?
stands up. Right? No, he said no. He's still standing down. Sorry. So he's still sitting down. You're telling him like that, asking if he's still bewitched.
Not the witch, is he still like.
No, I know. I just had to tell or show the might of the dragon to somebody who got called a hatchling and broke the rules of engagement, and it disappears. For that was the clone.
Okay.
So the real side was up top. So you involuntarily do that, and at the same time, not spare the dying, but healing word. Prayer of healing, 70 years.
I'm worried, we need to speak. I'm coming back up. She's coming back up. She's just.
Okay.
She got a bit of air, and now she got a panic attack feeling,
Yep.
and a laughing fit, confusion, and now she's like, okay, that's enough air for me today.
40.
40?
40 hit points, prayer for healing.
Have some depth
But
and
when
a
you
little bit of
come
life.
to, you're holding Nell's hand as he helps you up.
Wait, what the hell?
You've been smacked by, you've been hurt by a smooth Satori.
Where the hell did you come from? Sat was... What? Ugh.
Next time, do not give in to hate and let your emotions run on you. That's not how Bahamut acts. He acts with justice, valor, truth, and honor. You gave into that, which broke the honor of the duel. I had to intervene. That's why you saw stars and death.
Excuse me?
Saw more than just that.
I was going to let you die by my swings. He unfortunately stopped that process so death couldn't grab you. So even though you accused him, it's funny, isn't it? Because none of y'all were on my side about the damn cat, who was a demon. So, by rules of engagement, you broke, you lost. Your punishment, give it. And he walks away.
He's really hung up on this cat thing.
I was really mad about this cat thing.
Really
He's
mad about that
proving
cat.
a point
Yeah.
that none of you guys were on his side.
And also led
When
to his
he had
death.
to bring it to, like, when he brought it to your attention as a fellow paladin, he didn't see that.
It's not that I didn't see it. We had a discussion about it, and I was like, okay, not all demons are necessarily bad. And this one's a cat.
But he's
Yes,
also
but
the
he's
the
older.
feeling
He's
destroyed.
Yeah,
an
I
older
know.
paladin, and older
I
paladins
know.
believe that all demonic shit should not be in this world.
I
So
know.
again, it's that same feeling that brought back that he's trying
salty.
to. Not salty. He's trying to prove a fact.
Fucking cat still.
Yes, I bring it up, but it's the best analogy
No,
because that's how it is.
You walked away already.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm just.
He's starting to turn, and he hears you whisper that.
That's what Ryu's thinking. Is that fucking cat?
Well, the cat's not alive now.
Still the same thing.
Where am I?
Were you approaching back?
Making your
I would
way
say
up
you-
the stairs back
Not
to
their
the
just-
boathouse.
I would say you see, as you open the door,
Troy walks out the door.
sorry, he walks out the door.
It's just flat. Oh!
Chair's on fire.
No, that's literally what she does. She goes right. She goes that way. You just see Hannah who's like,
around.
Okay, it's not so much that he gets to the door and bams.
You open the door. Hey, Sat.
He's walking to Yorgie, and you're like, and then same thing. The cloak of stars and stuff just show, and then
Misty
he's
step.
no longer there.
again, I reiterate, she's like,
He performs a magician's exit.
And all you see is nail helling him up. And I would say when you got up there, if you want to roll a perception.
and that was, I did that with my mouth.
You would specify that.
I can make sounds. It's okay. It's all good. I'm making a perception now.
You figure anything within 30 feet, it's on fire.
It's a 15 plus 10, so 20.
I'm sure the
Okay,
butler
it's
person
25,
is
10
out with a
Okay,
fire
so you
extinguisher
heard-
immediately.
While you were approaching the door and starting to open, you heard as before Satori was walking towards.
I heard what he said.
You heard what he said about getting full access to extract punishment. And he turned, saw you. You saw his eyes wide, kind of bit, like oh shit, and then he bam.
He went, I'm not getting in trouble for this. Bye!
Sortikin, guys.
So, hey,
You know what? You do your thing. I ain't judging. And then we're all gonna talk. You good with that?
Perfectly fine with that.
yep. Yeah. Meanwhile, chair's burning. And counter's burning.
Don't worry, because in the split second of you getting up and doing that, here comes the butler going, what the hell did you guys do?
I'm going to.
Sorry. We didn't do anything. I'm not apologizing for his actions.
I'm going to attempt to find Satori. Her chest. Her chest is still hurting.
But I will say with that,
Is that tether? She still feel like the empathy, or is it just whenever that happened?
Just when that
you
happened.
don't know. But you have a way of, you have calming, as if that was done. So whatever happened to spark that, you have no idea what that is.
I'm going to attempt. Keyword. Find him. Hey. She walks out the door again.
Well,
Fuck.
She don't have a bell. She
If
just
you
has a
want,
finger to point.
if you want time to think on that, cool. We'll shoot a break. If not, I'm gonna give you 15 minutes in the row.
Breaks good.
So with that, as Sat teleports out, you hearing that, you're going, I don't really care, and as you try to find where the hell he is, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see what the judgment is. Stay tuned.
What judgment is going to be bestowed on Ryo?
Hi guys, it's Shy from the D20 Misfits. We actually got a sponsor, and it is with Dubby. Dubby is a powdered supplement, dietary for energy. No crash, no jitters. It's the be the better you with it. I'm a haunter. I work in the kitchen, and of course we do our D20 Misfits, our D&D campaign. With that, I'm a big energy drink user, Monsters, NOS, you name it. With this, it's not as super sweet. It's just right. We also get one of these awesome cups. You can get those in there. There is one, I believe it's green. With that purchase, you can actually plant a tree. So I would recommend go ahead and check out the site, w.com, and webenergy.com. My apologies. And with that, give it a browse, peruse. There's many flavors on there. Use the code D20Misfits10.
Could Raya be in danger?
And welcome back. So, with the trial by combat disengaged as Ryo broke the rules of engagement on it, sending him down, enacting Sat to take control and place vengeance on it. Nell helps him up with the powers of life and death by sparing you from death. With that and Sat healing you, before he walked away, he said whatever judgment he gives has to be enacted, or you'll feel my wrath again, or the might of the dragon. vanishes. Lucy comes in the door. So here we are in the den with Lucy trying to figure out where the hell he went to. And everybody standing here either in shock or awe, but now as the room falls silent, the emotion's starting to tense up a little bit. What does Nell do in this thing with what Sat said with giving punishment?
I don't know what you do. I look that way out the door again.
How do you feel?
I got run over by like 50 horses.
Have you learned your lesson?
What the headache I got, like, got the point, literally.
I think his words ring truer than anything I can say. I feel your emotions have humiliated you enough. You let them get the best of you. You tried to show the might of a dragon, and yet it came off as pathetic. I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. But I will give you something in return. My time in the Astral Sea has taught me one thing. No matter how dire the situation, always remain calm during it. Do not let your emotions control you. For consequences like what just happened will unfurl again. Everything I've said is true. I will not lie to you. If my actions seem as betrayal, take it with a grain of salt. Nothing I can do can be as humiliating what you just went through. So dwell on that. I'm going to go of your hand and walk away.
Where are you?
Father's there for a moment. Want a drink now?
With you?
Just in general.
Sure.
Look, sir. What do you want?
Anything decent's fine.
Just give him the dragon stuff.
I don't think he has any more of that.
Yeah.
You get lots of the bartender.
I don't, but I'm gonna go up to the bartender.
That's where I figured he'd go anyway.
Bartender could probably replicate that.
Yeah. Not so much replicate it, but he could have a stash of it because it's transported throughout the realms.
Sure.
Yep. Tell the bartender. 2 rounds of the dragon's breath.
Fair enough.
Take some. Hands one to you.
Roll a general survival check to find out where you went.
Remind me, what's the dragon's breath again?
It's like
It's gonna burn for a moment, and you breathe out all fire after you drink it.
And then you feel when you drink it, it is a brackish brown liquid. It smells like crocodile. So when you drink it, it burns down.
It burned good.
But it feels like you need to burp. And as you do, it is a small, it gives out a small dragon's breath of whatever you're feeling at the moment.
Will
That
you
would be a
drink
20.
this? It smells putrid.
Just try it.
It's good. Yummy.
Cheers to no bad blood.
Yep.
You got some bad heartburn later.
And it's like you can do whatever you can to try to not do it, but you always burp after the end of it to give it. And you can hold it back to where it's steam coming out of your nose, but that's like the
worst.
Nose burn.
That's the power behind it,
Ooh.
because it's not. Make an Arcana check.
Dirty 20.
It's more for the mimicry of it. This is what it's designed to do. As you search, trying to scour wherever he could be. He didn't go far. You find him upstairs, outside, on the patio,
Looking out.
just staring out to the abyss and the cityscape. But more, he's looking up
In
at
thought.
the cloud and thought.
You don't need to talk right now. And obviously, as you can tell, he is in a lot of thought process. When you're ready, we can talk. But I know you're processing a lot right now. It is an interesting view, even though there are no stars. But I'm assuming it's quiet right now outside. So that's
It's not, I mean, bustling, it's not being loud. I mean, there is chatter of the cityscape and always sounds that go off, but it doesn't faze him. Like he's drowning that out.
when you're ready to talk, I am here. But in the short time you've come back, there's been a lot. And I am here to listen when you're ready. She'll join him and just stare out. Reflecting on, like she said, with how she's done things and how she can do the opposite. Instead of quick to judge, and the anger that's been boiling in her and everything that she's heard from Satori and the consequences of everything else that's been unfolding, she's now in her own thoughts as well of what can I do differently? What can I do to fix this? And how can I be more rational? It's not like it's not within her grasp to be rational and calculated and calm with everything that kept happening back to back to back to back. She didn't want to, like her father used to always tell her, don't be like a powder keg, and she didn't understand it at first, like, what's powder keg? And then whenever bad things would happen, how he would be quick to lash out at things. And then his lessons would always be, do not let your anger get the best of you. It's cost him at times. Sometimes the anger has fueled him and it's done good. He's done what he's needed to do, but other times it had consequences. And he's always told her not to do that, and that's exactly what she's done. Now she's seeing the ramifications and the consequences. So now she's trying to go through all of it and figure what could I have done different, what can I do different now. So like a lot of that is spinning in her head, as well as with Satori back. She just wants to make sure she can do right by those around her and try to reunify everybody. Are you stuck? Sorry. But yeah. So with that, she too is just staring out and waiting.
Moments go by. Silence just befalls the both of you. You just stare out into the abyss, contemplating life or the deeds done or anything. And you hear at first just the sound, just like liquid hitting metal, like a drip.
Is he crying? Oh damn.
Just staring out into the abyss and not even realizing what he's doing.
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
This is not your fault.
It is partially my fault. I am not blameless.
I said everything in my motion.
You tried to fix a lot.
If you were older, or if you were around in my time, or if my friends were around, kind of grasps his side where the figurine is. Could have stood there, or if Bahamut would have talked, could have changed a lot of things. Or if I'd have just been, if I'd have just listened. What chance do we have?
We have a chance.
No, we don't.
We do. I think
All I've seen now by being brought back is how your group, or whoever this band of allies are, is broken.
it kind of reminds me of my family.
We're all broken in ways that
We are.
should be there.
But if you remember anything, especially the stories Father told me, there was a lot of bickering. There was a lot of fighting. And sometimes it seemed like one would end the other. And they always managed to find their way back. I still have hope. And I did mean what I said. I am partially to blame. I did exactly against what Father warned me about. Not to get quick to anger, not to judge too quickly or harshly. And I did that. Exactly what he told me not to, because I myself don't understand everything. And the more you told me of what you remember, it was enlightening. Some of that anger has scarcely quailed, with more questions and curiosity was replaced by the anger. I am no longer enraged. I am more curious. I want to know the truth. I want to understand. I'm angry. I have been through a lot, yes. But I want to know why. Maybe I'll find out. And maybe, like you yourself have understood when I spoke to you, maybe there is still time to reach out and fix this. But we have to do it the right way. If we do it, then maybe, just maybe, we may have more time. But first, we have to make sure everyone in there is all in an understanding. This is our impasse.
It's not. Hope is beyond our scope. No.
But it's there.
It's fleeting. Who knows? No. Who knows how many people he has swayed to his cause?
Who's to say we can't sway him differently from his cause? If what you said was true while you were a part of him, I know not a lot of the gods. I really don't. I will be the first one to tell you, I do not. To me, when I heard about them, I see them as stronger people, entities, that they uphold something that they follow. Bahamut, justice. You have balance, nature. There's a slew. Whether you call them, as you said, gods or false gods or ones that are trying to be brought in. What if not all of it is bad? I am not being swayed. I will tell you that now. But what if there's a way to quell some of that dark with understanding? If it is true that the trust and the understanding has been hurled away, and that is another side of the rage, and the thought that this deity wasn't always going to speak back like a person standing beside you or with a sending stone or magic and being tested. Not everybody likes being tested, nor everybody likes being ignored. But if he did not understand that like you understand now, who's to say Sway can't be in on that side either?
Who's to say what he's doing is not wrong?
I understand that.
Part of me wants to see the justice happen. Have Bahamut reach his own justice. But that can fall out of the scope of that too and question so many other people. To question their beliefs in their ways with their deities that they follow. They don't always answer, they don't always guide the people because there's X amount. There could be a lot, or there could be few worshippers of these deities. So it's changing the way everybody worships gods if this goes through.
It could.
But maybe we do need a change.
Maybe. From what I understand though, as I've mentioned to you, I don't believe if gods don't always answer, I believe that people are always tested, whether by deities or just someone on a higher station than them. They're not always going to answer. They're going to test your mettle. They're going to test your strength and your convictions. They're not going to give you every answer. They're not going to hold your hand for everything. And if they do, they're not doing their job to prove that you are doing what you stand for truly. So, if he's upset that he wasn't always there to answer, maybe he was hoping you and him, when you were one, would understand and do justice just as it needed to be done. And maybe some answers were needed, and that isn't fair. And sometimes an answer wasn't meant to be given to you. You were meant to discover it yourself and understand it and why you're being tested. But I empathize with the trust taken away.
How loud are you two talking?
I would say more like, not like, ah!
Normal.
Yeah.
Somewhat going out between, trying to stop with crying, but not letting the emotion break his voice.
Right.
But he's not being he's not yelling.
It's just
I
normal.
understand.
It's like if I were talking to Liz right here, we're talking like this.
I mean, depending on where you're at, you might be able to overhear it.
Aren't you? You guys would be drinking
Because you walked away, right?
in the parlor.
You guys are drinking.
So you wouldn't be near where we're at.
Because they left the
We're technically
room
upstairs.
itself.
After that, I kind of walked away. I mean,
You don't know which way we went, though. I don't think. I mean, I didn't know
it's a small place. It's easy to figure it out.
That's
It's
true.
a big-ish.
I was gonna
small-ish.
say it takes a drink.
True.
I'd have laughed if you brought it up the fire because I'm like, hey,
I
I
can
just
say
feel-
I can say you're hearing it, going upstairs because you fell asleep outside in the outside place, so that's probably your go-to, being a ranger in its own right. So being close to the stars is probably where you go. So you're probably heading up there and probably overhearing this. But still, who's to say that? See, here's my thinking.
Mhm.
For one, it would be amazing to see that happen. If he can actually do it.
The right way.
No, do it in general. If he can literally call on the powers to challenge a god, let alone the dragon of gods, and win, that would be a sight to see in its own right.
It would be.
But that poses too. That battle will be challenging in its own right.
Yes. But
One thing I've learned as my counterpart, all's fair in love and war. Let him do it. Let him succeed if he wants to. He will be weakened until that ritual is completed and Bahamut is dead completely. Where he absorbs the power, he will be in a weakened state. That time we can strike, I can end it, I can reverse the right, and I can ascend in his place. That's true.
what if you became one?
And I have a better mindset of that. He would be weakened, it'd be easier to do.
In the vision I was given, in better lack of terms, better future, the good ending, some may say in storybooks. You two became one. It was one of the two sides of the coins I had seen for the future. You two became one. And if
And we can rule justly as in his stead. And people can understand the might of him if they go against honor or justice. I feel what the true wrath is, like I instilled on him.
But has justice not already been served?
the fuck did you come from?
You forgot. received the same training.
From where? Whose? His? Yes.
The truth has been told. And perhaps you can enjoy my perspective on this for somebody who's not been around as long as one as you, like you, but has still seen his fair share. They destroyed a city, yes. But then they decided to seal themselves away behind the gate, not to invest in the affairs of mortals anymore.
To give them free will.
Is that not?
Nothing is free will.
Is that not?
It's an assumption, is what I meant.
Is that not punishment to oneself? Something that you've created that you can no longer take part of to enjoy?
That's not true. There's been countless other times that they've gone past the gate and another calamity has happened.
There's
They
always
reset the world again.
There's always
and
going to
again.
be new worlds. Stars are born and die. Planets form around those stars. New lands to taste.
But why can't the gods evolve as well? Change. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, they locked themselves away. Why?
Then why not balance?
No, because they don't want to do another. They don't want to. They already stepped foot onto the material plane. They've already done that, and they've seen the damage that they can do. They set it right because what mortals created.
I understand that. But here's what
Broke
I'm
their
saying.
bonds.
Here's what I'm saying. Why can't they change? Should a dragon truly lead anymore when you have one who is of change themselves? Be the head. Perhaps with her guidance, the gods could see change instead of being stagnant, set in their ways.
That's the thing. They are set in their ways. What makes you think that they don't need? They need a reality check, or maybe they need to pass the torch. I loved him. I worshipped everything he taught. To
And
where I went along the lines and changed myself
and
to bear his power.
who's to say that they don't already see that coming? Another test.
Maybe it's more not a test. Maybe it is a test, but maybe it is a test of, are you worthy to take their spot?
We each have our own compass, be it grand or short.
And I scoured the universe. I scoured everywhere to do what I can do now. I am part dragon. I have taken that right in. I am
You have scoured
so many things.
this one. There are many, many universes out there.
And I know that, and I scoured them all. Why do you think I can do both? I can cast in the arcane, or I can call upon the divinity to help. I am part dragon. I am a celestial being. I am also from the sea. I am all of these things because I needed to be close as I could to my deity. I wanted to be just like him.
Perhaps this is the hatchling in you, looking to the parent. Do not imitate be your own.
I am. That's why I don't really see reason why not to watch that happen. Why can't he go against it? Why can't he call and challenge a dragon? If he dies, he dies. It's no skin off me. That's the bad part washed away. What if he wins?
You speak in parallels. You are not him. You have proven that already. You are your own.
That anger that I unleashed on Ryu was not me.
Because you still think like him. Reflect upon yourself.
It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. This party has no chance in stopping him.
That it may be.
So we just go down dying for no reason? We are just cannon fodder to this? There are no set goal. Everybody has their own ways. Yes, he has a ritual. Can he use it? No. Who cares? He can find a way. Just like I found a way to become dragon.
I have an idea.
But I
I
see
need to speak with the group.
I see no fault in letting him do it. That way we can attack him when he's down, because that battle's so... It's going to take both of them out. If not weaken one or the other severely. And like a dying animal, it should be put down. That's when I'll do it. Put him down, a page out of his book. Strike when they're down, and finish it myself. Or find some other noteworthy person better than me. But I would be exactly like him. Exactly like Bahamut. Maybe a little different on how I see justice versus how he saw it, but the teachings were going to be the same. Maybe a little change, but a little change is throwing a pebble in a massive ocean. But why not let it happen? It would be so nice to see it. It's a once in a lifetime thing.
Amari,
That's his ideals. He loves ancient
bring everyone
shit
to the balcony, please.
Alright.
I think everybody needs to be involved, so we might as well go down to them.
It's nice out here.
It is.
I was gonna go to the phone.
Well, the
You can just ask the little
Yeah.
ghost guy if you don't remember where it is. Hey, where's the balcony?
no. I wasn't sure if the balcony was around where the hot spring was because
You
I
remember
asked
kind of where it is. Do you guys?
well, I
can
would
say-
know.
I have to pardon myself.
You're good. The with my feet, I would remember where it is.
We've
I
been there
just
before.
I just was like, okay. I would say at what point, because we might get to like the hot spring part by the time you guys come down, or if
No,
we're
we're
heading
not
up
moving
there.
anywhere. We're having
Okay.
you guys come to the balcony.
All right. Well then,
That's what she was saying. Just come to the balcony.
I'm going to grab both of them and then head up there.
I was planning on going to hot springs, so it's fine.
You'll get your bath in a little bit, little one.
For Beth.
I understand. I was just about to make that joke. Dang it!
Listen, it's been a while, okay?
She's got to preen her feathers.
Listen, she's not a flamingo.
Okay.
Sorry, I watched it. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Give me your hand. Interesting. Yeah. Frank, green or orange?
Orange.
Don't care.
You see a green sending stone.
Oh, you know what? Which one?
Okay.
Yeah, I got 'em.
Nope.
if you ever need reach us. I know right now you're still collecting, so.
It's not collecting.
No. She meant like he's still, you know.
Oh. It's not collecting. But as you all come up, he just kind of looks at the group. Since we're on the verge of hashing stuff out in trial by combat and making stuff go, change how you want to see things, I suggest more transparency needs to fall in front of you to become more transparent.
I agree.
I don't see his problem in going to challenge Bahamut. I don't see a problem. If anything, it helps go through. What you don't know about me is I went to all lengths of the earth to do it. I walked away from being a holy warrior of Bahamut to learn the arcane arts, see where they lead. And I tried to inch my way back into that clergy of Bahamut. And it worked, eventually. To where they had no choice but to accept me because I looked like him. As you saw in the demonstration, that I could transform into one. And I became a paragon under him, his champion. Having that title that we all know. Three wings and three swords as I carry. But what's wrong with it? I did bad. I did wrong. Where's my punishment? I wasted the very first place that we encountered in destroying that at the Nexus, to where it destroyed me in the process. Was my justice fulfilled with my death? I striked him down out of the duel, and it felt good to exact vengeance on someone. Does that make me wrong? Are we all at fault for all these things? I think the question lies here and now is, what do you want to see with him when you meet him? Because we are so unmatched and outpowered against him.
If he wishes to seek, even to become this new deity of justice, the only thing I want to see is the chaos and the ceaseless, the endless slaughter of innocents stopped. There are people, just because they don't want to help him, they don't have to be slaughtered for that, or tortured, or separated. If they don't want anything to do with it, he still has people that back him and want to help him.
What if he had no choice? What if he didn't slay innocent lives? What if it was the same people that saw it when decidedly? They saw what he's doing as too much change too quickly. I need to put a stop to it now.
What do you mean?
Well, if I was a normal person and I caught wind of somebody who wanted to take on a god and follow in the footsteps of the Raven Queen or of Vecna, I would like to see that happen. Would that cause utter chaos and destruction? Yeah. Countless people are going to get caught in the crossfire running for their lives? Possibly. But to have a band of people just revolt against him because they don't want that change? They don't want to root for him to have him do it, at least let him try, and if he dies, he dies?
The reason why some people fought him was because he was trying to bring Vecna through. Not being told that he was trying to stop and take his deity's place. It was only because he was trying to bring Vecna through, and he was his footman, his right-hand man, whatever you want to call him, and that drew a lot of fear, bringing Vecna through to end everything. There's a lot of people that only knew that and feared that. If that is different, that changes everything. But for those who knew and fought and believed wholeheartedly from what they were told at that precipice, at that point, that Vecna is coming through, who he served, whether it was a ruse, it was a damn good ruse because they believed it. And they weren't going to help him because they didn't want Vecna to come through.
But how else would you get it?
If they knew. They fought him because they didn't want Vecna through. If they were so trustworthy of companions.
Who fought him?
My family.
No, they didn't.
Then why did they keep me running?
To give you the hope to change. You don't know it. You haven't read it in those books. And I know you have.
I do.
I can feel it. There's a part in there to where they submitted and did nothing. They didn't fight against it. They were going to, but when the time comes, they submitted to his teaching, to his rule, with the promise of, I won't touch you. I'll let you live in prosperity. But if you go against me, you will die. They had the option.
So they knew his plan all along.
No. It wasn't until that part when they wanted to fight him. It's not until they decided to stand down. They bowed to him. Nobody fought. Nobody fought him right there and then. They bowed their heads. Where is that fighting? Somebody
when
lied
I
to you.
was a child. And followers kept coming in droves. And they fought. And kept fighting.
Because they were following teachings of... They were following just orders. So whoever's behind giving the orders is their own folly to do so.
So you're saying you don't think he told them to do that?
I don't know. That's a blur to me.
Then that brings more...
I do know that they bowed.
Then that brings more pressing on why I called everyone here.
But still, if there is no other way to reach the rite of sending, the only person to do it other than the Raven Queen is Vecna. And if that piece of magic is stripped from history, Tor later found out that she had kept it under her possession all this time. The only other person knowing how to perform such a thing is him. So why not go to a source? Isn't that what every mage does? To learn something new? They go to the source to learn it. I did. Pretty sure he did. Or Ryan. How many times has he talked to Fizbin? To dragons, learning about them, to gauge more about how to be a Drake Warden, to how to envelop these powers. He went to the source.
Well, with what you have said, and what I've heard you say, and you have attempted, I want you to trust me on something then. You all have the stones, and I won't be far, but I need to attempt something then.
What is that?
A parlay.
With who? Him. For what?
You just spoke of what you want to attempt. I need answers. If he doesn't know half of what has happened, then the answers we will get.
What answers do you need? They're not lying within those 3 books right there.
Did he journal the whole time I was a baby and a child?
He didn't write it. The Fates wrote it. It's his fate.
If it is his fate, does it lead all the way up to right now?
No, I didn't. Never look past that part.
Then give me time to read, and if he is still here, there is something I must attempt to do. I am tied in all of this, whether I like it or not. But if it does not give me the answers I seek, then I must find the answers, and perhaps what you wish to see and have done, and what I have seen, may very well be the same thing. But if I find no answers in these books, I feel this is what I need to attempt. This is my atonement.
He will imprison you again.
And if you knew not of this, it may be very well a different outcome. You will not be far, and I know you won't be far.
Maybe that's not the wisest thing.
Then what do you propose?
Because if he doesn't know, that is our edge.
That you're here? Or that we know?
Both. That's our edge. Why ruin the element of surprise when we have it on him? We have the upper hand. He doesn't know I'm back. He doesn't know you have his books that tell his story.
What happened to that? We only have a no hope. It's not in the visions. We don't see it.
Because there's still a chance that stuff can go wrong. I don't want to know my fate of when I die. Because I will try to do my everything to stop that.
How much time has passed? Do you know? She would
At this
know,
point,
you would
this
know,
is-
and then she would know.
What, as far as like
How much
here?
time we have left here. Because she's already told us how much more time we have. Plus, we have to go back and give her our answer.
Time is different either way here, so...
Or would we
Should
be
I
told,
do-
like, your time is nigh, meet at the Raven Queens?
No, it's more or less you got this day, and that is it. So you got like a half a day to figure that shit out, and then go back. If that. But we need to come here and now, with all these people here. If you don't want to be a part of this, leave. Here and now. I want to see that happen. I want to see it because that is the beauty of magic. I want to see an ancient ritual go down that nobody has seen in thousands of years. I would like to witness it. And if he lays weak, I will strike. I will try to take him out, or I will try to merge with him and be the new heir to justice under a balanced ruling.
You were talking about transparency, and if we are to be...
And I'm being transparent
No,
right
no,
now.
not
That's
you.
why I said we need to make a stand here and now. If you don't want to be a part of that group or be a part of my understanding or my method of thinking, this is what I'm going to do moving forward. Regardless if you're with me or not.
I'm building upon that. You mentioned transparency as well, but I will ask that as well. Does anyone disagree? Anyone at all?
Yes.
What have you say?
First and foremost, I would like to state that a lot of what we believe or know about the gods can be completely subjective. So there could be many things about them that we don't know, that aren't cataloged. That being said, do I think Bahamut should be removed from his position? No. Especially not if, per se, we're supposed to get someone who would be essentially doing the exact same thing. Why bother replacing him at all? That is to start. Who also knows what all else falls under Bahamut's domain that he controls that we aren't even aware of? You would then be in charge of whatever that is also. You would be taking undue responsibilities upon yourself when it is already kept in hand by this deity. There are so many factors that could be right or wrong or questioned to the point that we might not have the capacity to even deal with that. And yet you promote yourself to take this deity's place. Especially considering the one to which who is attempting to replace said deity, which is not yourself, your other self, still has the ability to change. We've only seen the first book. I can tell through seeing the first book, he is being manipulated. Even now, how he is perceived is also changing. The book I have on the gods, which constantly chronicles changes being made, under him has already started a deity of balance. This has changed since our first meeting in the book. He also gained the titles Three-Winged One and Protector of Scales. These are changes made after the first book. Who's to say that if we don't enter these other books, that by the time we are done, the outcome is completely different? To where his attempts to remove or replace Bahamut aren't even questions. To me, it seems a futile endeavor. I can understand disagreeing with your group. There are ways of getting around that. There are ways of taking what you've been taught and changing them, as we all must change, to fit our own ideas or what we need. As I said, a lot of this is subjective. I see it in an act of futility. Because who's to say in a millennium the same thing doesn't happen to him?
Who's to say it's not? This is the stand that we need to make now. Who knows what it's going to be? If he wins and takes control over it, we have a few moments to strike before he takes full assumption on it.
But then we're left without a deity.
No, he takes his place. As part of the rite of sending goes. So what? Yes, he controls all that is good aligned in dragons, in the metallics, in justice. That is his domains. He serves, he is the head council member of the 7 great worms. 7 golden dragons that are his allies and closest friends. You serve as Bahamut's court, along with Torm and a mage that you know too well.
Man, I do.
Did you know he was that close to Bahamut?
I knew he was close, but I didn't realize he was that close.
No. You seem in thought. Would you like to share? I know you spoke your piece earlier.
Either way, we succeed or we fail. I spend the next 300 years in the Fey realm.
Sorry.
I get to see new things. 300 years for me is not that long.
Bones,
Still.
what do you say?
I had like a whole thing I was gonna say too.
Her mind just blanked. She's like,
What's wrong with change? Who's to say he's going to do the exact same thing? Every person has their own mind, what is justice and what is not. Leave me blind to all but true light and justice, O valiant one. As a start to any prayer of Bahamut. Leave me blind to all but true light of justice, O valiant one. So the true light of justice, which is by default interpreted to how you see as justice, how the purity of justice is. An eye for an eye is justice. Pound for pound. Breaking rules of engagement is an act of justice. Whether or not it's its true essence is different to that one individual. But Bahamut is of good aligned and rules over all good aligned dragons, mostly all the metallic ones, or those who wish to change. But that is it. So, being king of dragons isn't somehow bad.
But who's to say Bahamut himself can't change?
If someone is as old as he is, change is hard. You're
But
stuck
not
in your ways.
But not
You
impossible.
believe that you can change a God who's been on this earth since the dawn of time and tell him to change his ways. You are the most optimistic person I know right now in this room, yet in the universe.
Bless you, I think.
That's what I was worried. I couldn't tell what that
Right.
was.
How are you going to be able to beseech a dragon let alone the massive ancient one of Bahamut, to go, hey, change your stuff around. Or bad stuff might happen because somebody wants to take your place. What if he's too old and doesn't give a crap? And wants to go?
Or he welcomes a challenge.
You don't think the Dawnfather's tired of showing his light everywhere he goes and wants it just to dim for a second to breathe? I don't see you praying to him to change it, to show your light, to save your sorry punk for when Vecna showed up at your spot. Yeah, I read your book too.
Okay.
You didn't pray to it, you let it happen. So is that fate to you?
I wasn't an official follower of the Dawnfather when that happened. First.
But your family is. The realm is.
Yes, but I was not his paladin.
Whose
I
paladin
have-
were you? Who did you worship?
There was no one specific. Where I come from, there are lots of different gods that are just under the surface. There are many from many different places that follow different gods, different beings, in an attempt to show magnanimity. We allow them who they wish to follow. As such, we don't, until we hit a certain age or we are chosen by one, generally who we follow is very nondescript. We follow the gods, not a god specifically.
That makes more problems than answers. To have people that worship the gods, okay, cool. So you worship all the primes who are in your words or in books prepared to be good nature. Good and law is what they represent, all of them, in their own way. Never to commit an evil act, yet alone they have committed evil acts, and who's to say they haven't struck more from the history book like the Raven Queen did? She struck it from the book about the old god of death and the rite of sending that Vecna had. As soon as she had a hold of it and used it, she struck it from history to where nobody knew. Till thousands of years later when we uncovered old texts about it. And he kind of holds his side because he's holding on to a book that's in a language that none of y'all can read.
And how is that any different from any other being that has ever been in a position of power?
That's how we're.
History is always hidden, rewritten, changed, manipulated. Why choose now? Why choose this deity to decide that now is the time to go after this specific one for this specific reason?
Maybe he's tired of all the horse shit.
Then why stop with him? Why not bring it before all of the gods?
One step at a time. If I were going after a god and I won and I took his power, I would be exhausted with that amount of magical energy coursing through my veins. I would need a chance to rebuild my community, rebuild the people that worship me, grant the favor to those who stood by me.
Why, instead of going through all that effort, would you not
Challenges
show
all the gods right then and there?
No.
Are you insane?
No.
Yes.
Wow. Some I must show a certain brand of insanity. No. Why not bring to him his failings? Find multiple examples.
And what if all else fails with your way? Have you ever, again, I know your book, why didn't you call to Palor or to Bahamut or to any of the primes to save your frickin' realm? Or save you from being casted out?
At the time, there were other things to worry about, and it wasn't my first.
Worried about getting back home? That's why we're all here, is to go back home. Yet you didn't try to do it when you were falling? You didn't call out to help from a god or from the gods that you so know to help you?
It was not my focus.
What was your focus?
Worry.
Of what?
The family I have known most of my life, my entire realm of people, everything I have ever known, now sits upon essentially Vecna's hand. So as I didn't know what was going to come to pass, or where I was going, or what was happening, no, reaching out to the gods was not my first thought.
But if you're a paladin of the gods, that should be your first thing. Is to pray for help. It's what we all do if we worship. You need to pray for guidance, or to have something guide your hand. You are a blessed warrior. How could you follow blindly or without orders to do anything?
Most of my orders I received were from a god.
But you received it from a ranking person, correct?
My father usually, yes.
So the king.
Yes.
How did he get his orders? Did he just want to do it? Did he just gave them out just to do it? Or did he receive them from a higher power?
Sometimes, other times it was via the council, a decision made. Other times it was those that asked for assistance.
So democracy, or people who asked, whoever gives more precedent is what the orders were given to help that. But that doesn't answer anything. That gives excuse, not an answer. You think Bahamut shouldn't be challenged because the person who's challenging them just want to keep the same thing. Okay, but that can change. Over time, being new to it, that can change. Just like any other candidacy for voting on king or mayor or burgermeister. It's popularity that wins. People who promise things the most that get the higher vote.
In terms of kings, just born into it.
Or that, but he might not like the king. I've seen plenty of kings that I dislike that were corrupt or ruled too tyrannically. That should have never been king, and their bloodline should never exist anymore. Did I stop them? No, because it's not my problem. I try to get back to do my mission, my quest in life, is to become exactly like Bahamut. And I believe I've got to that point, besides becoming him himself. I was his paragon, his demi-human. If Bahamut didn't answer, they went to me. Because I still walked the world. They knew where I lived. They showered me with gifts to help me. Help this place out. Help that place out. Put justice on them because they did me wrong.
Again, I say you're reliving him.
But we were the same There is no difference. We are the same.
You are identical in appearance. Think for yourself.
And in power. We are
Oh,
identical. It's just,
please.
I just see more of the light than he does. He sees dark. And dark things and dark thoughts. I see the truth in all.
And in both you are blind.
Never. I'm never blinded. Everything that's happened up to this point has been by Bahamut's doing. So what if Bahamut's telling me that he wants to step down? And he wants me to take his place because I show the most promise.
Then why not ask him that?
He's not the answer to everything.
But in this particular instance, when you don't know his will, and what a simple question could fix, you would not ask?
I follow his teachings to a T regardless of what they are and whatever path is laid in front of me. I do not have the ability to commune with him.
And yet you walk
does
the
not have
plains
that.
with people that
He does
could.
not have that spell prepared, nor does he care about it.
Okay? Of all the planes in all the realms he's walked,
I follow his
if the
teachings
simple
to
question
the
could
letter.
have been asked at any given point, you wouldn't
you
have
asked-
asked.
Would you ask a deity, hey, do you want to die and me take your spot? Good 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, nope, I'm fine. Because it's the natural survival instinct of every living being in any world, any universe, any of existence.
Not when
The
it comes
basic-
to animals.
The basic survival is in every human
Whoa,
being.
whoa, 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 whoa. Dragons are not animals.
I'm just getting ready to say that. You beat me to it.
Do dragons hide to pass? Do they, when they know that their time is
You know how I
ending,
already feel.
do they find a place to rest? Away from
Well,
others?
they're talking in circles. I'm
Do
gonna
we
go
not
read
find
some
places to
books.
rest when we know our time is ending? Does that make us animals?
Yes. We are
Keep me
animals.
updated, please. I will be in the study. I've
Ones
already
with a
said
different
my
level
piece.
of
You know my
thinking,
piece.
yes.
I feel like
It
this is gonna
doesn't
be
matter.
circles.
Either way, this is a group effort. If you ditch it now, then that just breaks the hope of this group.
Then can we not talk in circles, please?
Basic instinct, if I put you in any life-threatening situation, you've been in it, being a wanderer of the astral sea, you know life is dangers at every corner. Basic
Fight back.
instinct of survival is in anybody here.
To fight back.
I can go downstairs and put a blade to someone's throat. It is their survival to whether or not they choose to live or die.
But when one has lived as long as him and has potential, the instincts
Who's
that
to say
when
they're tired? Who's to say they're not tired? We have no idea.
and yet we could ask.
Then please do. For has so much knowledge of the gods, you are the blindest of them all. Then ask your god, or whoever you follow, commune with them and see what they tell you. I'm pretty sure it's going to ride a line that we can't tell what's wrong or what's right in their eyes. They could be tired, they cannot be tired at the exact same time, but I think change needs to happen. Because before Bahamut, Avandra changed fates for people. She promoted change. It's in your book.
I'm aware. One of yourselves, before a bit of a fit with her, followed her.
And I knew another one who did.
Honestly, I'm with
Who
Nell.
helped your father, nonetheless. He followed her to a letter.
Hold on.
He's like,
I
I'm sorry, what?
Hold on. Honestly, I agree with Nell. We win, we fail. Either way, I'll meet my best friend and only sibling I've ever had again, or I come back here.
This is her home. And who you're talking about is. Are you cool with that? Yes.
That's gonna be hard to pull off.
Would they have mentioned him?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
There's a lot of, huh? What just happened here?
He was an elf, wasn't he?
No.
Goliath.
Pension.
My old character.
Oh.
He was a follower of the Chamber Fire.
But again, he followed change. He helped it. He changed people's fates because that's what was asked of him. So even the gods don't know their own fate. The Raven Queen probably doesn't. She probably doesn't want to know. If her time's up, her time's up. That's fate. She's one of the sole believers in fate. So am I. I believe Bahamut is guiding me to this moment of time to let this happen. Because he doesn't want the darkness within me to take its power. He wants the purest of light to enter. So what's wrong with that thing? Moving forward, when we leave the Raven Queen's realm,
And we go back to the tower.
whatever that is,
You've been in the tower.
We did get him books.
You
right?
started
I
with
still
that.
can't figure out what he is.
I don't know, but at least we'll know if he has a
He
sense
is
of
the
humor.
enigma that I'm going to try to discover one way, shape, or form. Maybe when I become
Bones wasn't there.
Bahamut's successor, I can figure that out. Because he's cursed, but he lives forever and he knows all, but he can't leave. How does that work?
I mean, I guess one thing we can learn is if he has a sense of humor.
I would try to break it. He said it was cursed. I would like to try to break it.
There's people that have the ability to break curses.
Exactly. So why can't I? I'm not probably strong-willed enough to do so, but with the power of a god in me, I might be able to pull that off. That's actually I really wonder now. Let's ask him if he wishes to leave and see what his say. Guarantee it's going to be something along the lines of, oh, it's just a curse, I'm stuck here, nobody can break it, but what if there is a way? There's a way to become a god, so there has to be a way to break a curse that he's under to live immortal and can never leave. That way he can leave and do what he wants.
Wasn't a wish spell breaking?
No. Not if it's been extracted by
I
the
say
Mm.
that
we can ask him and I can have your answer, but from this point forward, if we don't even go back to him, we need to be transparent enough of what our goal is moving forward. Are we going to let him try to get it and then strike him in the process of gaining that power? Or are we just going to eradicate him fully and let everything go on the perpetual cycle that it's been on since the dawn of time?
I think the way I told you.
It all depends too on how your own personal goals line up to this.
I just want my people free. If this means that
I mean, he would be gone.
change, or for you two to become one with ever goal you have with your God is between you and your God. But if that ends this war, and the land in which my people, whatever's surviving, stops burning and stops fighting, I'm all for it. I've seen what I had to see with the end that is on the lighter side, and I know one way or the other you two become hope. So if that is what you're speaking, whatever it may be for you two to become one and light comes out of this, then I'll help. I either saw calamity and ruin, and then I saw you two join. So if you two merging into one, and you taking over and merging the dark with the light, and make balance, then I will fight.
It goes to that teaching. Bahamut has led me to this point. Make me blind to all the true light of justice. Blind to my friends who thwarted against me, or who wanted me dead, or just didn't like me and wanted to kill me. Who knows? They're dead now, can't ask them. Turn them away. He's turned my gaze countless times, turned me off the path of being a holy warrior of him to this, to become a disciple, and become a dragon. Then expanded more. That probably even led up to the ascensions of normal people, especially your dragonborn, the dragonborn that lays guardian.
No more.
Well, that used to.
Yes.
He became platinum scale,
He also has the favor of many gods with him now too.
but I became the first dragon disciple.
Yes.
So I paved the way for him to be that way. So maybe it's not me. Maybe I'm the guiding light for him to become the next Bahamut.
You're meaning Belverix.
He went through the change. He's more dragon than I am. I've hit my limit of what I can become.
Well, let's see where it gets us.
But somewhere, some along the lines, maybe it was Fizbin who actually changed that way around to become fully. Because there are none platinum scale dragons, or dragonborns. There's very few. But to him walk around as the dragon, as a the dragonborn who is platinum scale, that was Fizbin's doing. So maybe if it wasn't for becoming a disciple of a dragon, not speak his interest to uncover more hidden texts and secrets. And that falls along the lines of Vecna himself. He gained that secret from him to gain that ability, which gave Belverix that power? Or to your other dragonborn friend? That could have paved the way to so much by making me blind to everything, because I was devout of him. I was a true follower. True light. So what if I'm not the true light, but the guiding light for him to ascend, to take the spot, to eradicate us both? And he ascends. He's more dragon than me, he's more fitting. I just know more of Bahamut. I am the guide.
Raya, you've been quiet. You too need to speak your mind.
Your goal is to restore the Valley of Dragons.
Where do you stand on all this?
I have to agree with Amari. But as you said, it's that who's to say someone's not to try again, and if he would fail, or on Muhammad's case, what if he is looking for a challenge?
Or rest.
We don't know.
But you need to draw the line in the sand of where you side. For when the time comes, it's going to be utter chaos. Your emotions are going to run wild just like it did today. What if we go back to our home? And we're there, we land right there in the Valley of Dragons. Your emotions and rage are going to be so filled, like Nell said, that you're just going to lash out.
Or are they going to be the opposite?
Either which
The
way. But you need to draw that line in the sand now, so when you go there, you have the mindset to do it. To run or to change it. That's your line in the sand that you need to draw.
I haven't ran. You said if we wanted to leave now. I haven't left. I'm not abandoning my troops. I'm not abandoning my friends.
But where do you side in this when it comes to it, when it's time?
You said if the time comes and he's weakened, then to strike. I'm
Strike to take his place. Because the ritual is still going to go off. And I'm the only one identical to him to do it. If I'm deemed that I'm not worthy in that time, or that power is not worthy, that power is still going to be there. The only other person I can think of who is strong enough to take it is the only one who's completed the rite.
Others.
He's the only other Dragonborn I know who became legend enough to do so. Why else did I not keep him? I could have killed him. I kept him alive. Kept him as a guardian because that's an enigma in itself that I need to learn. Because when I transform, I still look like me. Just a little bit of scales, not full blown like he did. So there's something I did wrong in that whole ritual. But he did it and he completed it. So I might need to talk to Fizbin about it. I might need to talk to him fully about it.
I do believe Fizbin might still be here.
But he's separated. He's no longer under the Dark One's side. He is free. So if he thinks that he's fit to rule and take Bahamut's place, sure, I will lay down there and I will fight my damnedest because I have nothing to lose. If I die, I die, but I will die with glory. Just like a great dragon would, and I will merge or end my counterpart to give the light to somebody else who deserves it.
If it is truly Bahamut's wish to step aside and rest, I will honor that. Whether it be you or Balverix that takes his place.
Where do you draw the line? Can't walk the middle. I have to choose a side.
I'm aware. If we have a chance to end your other half, we're doing that. And whether you or Balverix ascend, if it's the will of the gods, so be it.
And if it's not,
You took the word, said it best. I'm going down out of blaze of glory.
You hold no sway over that. I do.
I'm aware.
For we are the same person. If I go down fighting with him, we are both done. Endless cycles of life, death, rebirth, done. I can rest. I can take the weight off. I can lay down my arms in peace. If you die,
That's
your
the end.
home dies. Your legends die. Your teachings die with you.
Not completely.
Unless you pass them on to somebody else. They will die with you.
There's one person that knows my teachings. The only other person outside of this group here, or that I could trust. That's Fizbin. He has my book,
He helped create the Drake Wardens.
and he's also seen what I've done. Those
Yeah.
hours that him and I spent downstairs.
Okay, so bad things happen. If he doesn't live because he dies of old age, what then? He close.
I'm aware, but I'm sure.
He close. He knocking on death's door.
Oh,
Out
boy.
of character, that's also in character.
But what's your other? Where does instinct lie? That is not drawing in the sand. That's curving the line. You need to be definitive. Do you want this change to happen or not?
If it means you or Balverix, then yes. But I don't want to see your other half ascend.
I will take him down or merge with him and have you strike me dead while I have control to gain the way for him to do it if he wants it. But we won't know till we ask him.
Who knows where he is right now?
Are we all in agreement for this? Then this is what we need to do moving forward. If it aligns us back to home and gets us out of there, trust me, if I ascend, you are granted anything you wish.
You already know what I'll wish for.
And I will give it to you fully in the scope of this power,
Fairly.
justly, without the power to gain over. But to use it for your personal gain, to do it to rebuild something, I will gladly give it.
Why are you sitting there? Draw two.
Shuffle.
I've been shuffling this deck the whole time.
Hold on,
Whoa, whoa.
What just happened?
Shuffle for the viewers.
You're claiming true. You're claiming two right now?
Yeah.
Can I leave the room?
Wait.
I've been shuffling this deck off and on all the fucking night.
You know this is bad odds for you, man.
I'm fully aware of that.
You're right there.
They'll be good cards.
Can I leave the room?
No, it's just going down. Alright, good.
Gem.
Cat. Hold on. We'll see if Jim continues this. 50 jewels worth of 1,000 gold pieces each.
Frank in English.
Hold
or
on.
25 pieces of jewelry worth 2,000 each appear in front of you. So which one would you like?
The gems.
So 50 jewels worth of 1,000 gold apiece. So 50,000.
50,000 gold pieces.
Jewels.
I mean, either which way it's the same. 25 pieces. If you want 25 pieces of jewelry,
Yeah.
or 50 gems.
Worth.
Okay.
How
so
much?
You got 50
gems.
gems worth 1,000 a piece. So grand total is 50,000 gold. By that, each gem is worth 1,000 gold. And your next one. The Knights. You have a companion that you have to add to your thing now.
You know what is scary?
I swear to.
Stop shuffling.
The amount.
I'm selling that deck. I'm done with it.
Listen,
Of
if you're
bad
gonna
cards are
shuffle,
left
only
in there.
shuffle when you're ready to draw. Stop messing because you're gonna drop them here on out. And
You
then we're all
pulled
gonna
all
stay.
the good, mostly all the good cards.
You've also
Literally.
pulled all the cards Valverix has pulled.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I only remember you pulling in these two and the level
I
one.
didn't pull the gem.
You didn't pull the gem?
I remember the night.
The level,
I remember the knight and the level.
knight
Here you are, Frank.
and the
The level of the knight.
You must have like
item
a
of Wondrous
shamrock,
Power.
a 13, a 7, and something else stuffed up your ass.
Lucky number 14, baby!
But the knight is a 4th level fighter, appears within 30 feet of you. The fighter shares your race.
I put that in extras, right?
Yeah. And loyalty serves you until death. You control this character. So
Well,
you can make
So-
Oh look, now we have
I don't
another
know
card
if you're
number.
gonna have that, but you may need to just create a 4th level fighter.
here's the good news. If anything happens, he'll pass on his tutelage to that guy.
And it's just same thing as me,
It's
right?
not just like a
He
chaotic
looks, he's the same
like
race.
spice them
So he's a
shit
human.
up. Like,
He's human, same, so he has the same race and he shares the same loyalty you serve. Or he's loyal to you until death.
See, that one that card doesn't make sense to me just because
A 4th level fighter appears within 30 feet of you.
crazy.
The fighter shares your race and loyalty serves you until death. You control this character.
they just appears. Where the fuck do they come from?
There he is. Sir,
Sir, he gains a,
what's up?
in lack of better goddamn terms, a sidekick.
He got a lackey. He got a body
He
shield.
gets a sidekick that is literally 4th level, and he serves him loyally until he's dead.
so is that why
He's
you
only a
put
4th
these down
level.
to
Yeah.
shuffle those?
I didn't even
Yeah.
see you
And then
shuffling
told me
cards,
not to
bro.
worry about it?
Liz has been looking at me and going, hey, put the deck down. Put the damn deck down.
But like I said, you get a 4th level character that serves you and you
So,
control.
should I just
And
make
a
like
lot of freaking money.
what should I name? So should I just make it like another character or
Whatever you
We're
wanna
gonna
do.
call him you. Hey, you.
You can call him whatever the hell you
He's
want,
a you.
but a human appears before you in armored weaponry of whatever you choose. Sir Ryu, I am here to serve you until I am dead. That is my vow. As the dragons commanded, so it shall be.
Gross.
He's getting way too lucky with these fucking cards.
my luck's running thin. There's probably only one good card left, and I doubt I draw
He's
it.
gonna crap
There
out
are
the shamrock
There's
later.
22, right?
Yeah, one,
Oh,
two,
hold up,
three.
hold up.
Hold
Flip
the
that
fuck
back.
up.
That's on the bottom of the deck.
That's bad.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4,
What does that one
5,
do
6,
again?
7,
Bad.
9, 10,
I know it's
11,
bad. Does
12,
it, like-
13,
Separates
14,
body and
15,
mind and
16.
traps the or body and
So
soul
there's 16
Oh,
cards.
it's that one,
and
okay,
traps the body in a pocket dimension.
I don't
Until-
know why. I just
know,
thought it just
but
makes
listen,
it more.
I really need to chart it down, the good ones from the bad ones, and see where the line is on this. Because
Where's your balance at, bro?
You get definitely.
I guarantee if I just out of play, hey Frank, let's see. Just out of play.
What's that?
Medusa.
Uriel.
Or I saw Snake
No, you're right.
here.
Drawing this card bestows a curse upon you. You take -2 to saving throws. Only a deity or magic of the fates card can end that effect.
And the fates card.
Yeah, I draw the fates next to it.
Fates, you can
Ow.
rewrite
And
your
the
reality. The fate card
I'm
permits
done
you
with
to
this.
erase or avoid an event as though it never happened. You may use this card immediately or any time before your death.
Just drew this one.
Single-handedly defeating the next hostile creature or group of creatures you encounter causes you to gain 1 level. If you fail, the card has no effect.
That's this one.
You have to single-handedly kill the enemy. Whether it be a group of
Or a
enemies
single one.
or a single person, you have to singly put it
done.
down to gain another permanent level.
I'm done. I'm done with this deck. I'm selling it. Going to the shop and
But
selling
I mean,
the damn
the
thing.
fates is you can control, you can rewrite any reality.
Yeah, but that's Frank. That is 2 cards of 16.
You know what?
After that would be
You're
all
right, bro.
bad cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Are we all in agreement then? One way or the other, are we all in agreement on what we're doing moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we need to do while we're here?
I'm going to
Gather
shop and
forces, gain your stuff, spend what you need to
I kind of
spend
want
with
to know
that
what these
bullshit
6
you
things
just
I
got.
have are.
I.
There's
Why
one thing
can't I
I
draw
need
like that
before
in
we
Yu-Gi-Oh?
leave. She has it.
No,
Because he had it.
during the tournament.
Oh.
Another nook and cranny piece of you had something potentially valuable.
Why can't I draw like that when I'm at tournaments?
The stakes aren't.
If left to grow, it could be very useful.
Well, that's on the late notes.
Oh yes.
Create
I do, as you said, need to read these books.
Now I want to figure out what these 6 things that I have are.
Oh yeah.
There are people that can do appraisal. I don't know how you are right now and if you can appraise. At the moment.
Frank's like,
He
give
went,
me a second.
oh,
I'm
wait.
like, do I have a demo card?
You
I
used
think you
to.
do.
You do. Do
No.
you?
You used to.
You're a fucking sorcerer. You don't have a demo card? What the shit, bro? Or can you not, like, gain that ability?
Give me just a second.
I'm just curious. I don't even know if I even have it on me. I have to look.
That's what I said. I think you used to. But I don't know.
Search. Yeah, maybe a sorcerer.
I have detect magic.
Ooh. You can? I can't identify.
I do know someone that can identify.
I do not have identify, nor can I.
We can go to the shop.
Mm-hmm. That's
Marty.
what I was thinking.
That's what a first level spell too.
I do not have it either. I don't
Nope.
believe.
No, I believe it's only wizards.
Now,
Mm.
would you be able to escort Bones to the shop?
Yes.
I know he should be able to identify or have someone there that can.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I can brush up on these books and see what I need to know. You need to figure out your P's and Q's with the Raven Queen and answer her question.
I'm gonna come with you guys to the shop.
Yeah, but that'll be.
We will be
More for when we
leaving
leave.
soon.
So,
Yes, I know.
So,
technically, if Eli comes back, he can.
Yes, Eldritch Knights can.
Eldritch Knights, wizards, and arcane trickster rogues, bards, and artificers can identify.
what is it you may wish to do before we leave Satori? Or is there any place you wish to go? There are.
My mind is clear. My mind is made up. It is getting to the next step.
So in other words, getting back to the
I
tower is the
understand.
next step.
Do you wish to check the shop before
What's
we
this
leave?
tower
Anything
everybody
you
keeps talking
about?
require? Then
I don't know if I'll find anything good or not.
Bones wasn't there for that
she
part.
gives you the start point. Exclusive items.
Okay.
Show that to the
We'll be
shopkeep,
there soon enough.
and
It's rather
he will give you
Depressing, guys.
more exclusive items.
Oh, I can see what's available.
Lots of stairs.
In the meantime, if you guys are going to the
Not
shop,
so
I'm
nice.
going to. And she looks around, and I'm guessing somewhere's the comfy couch, and she's just gonna sit there and get some tea or something, non-alcoholic.
I am actually. So.
Well, we're okay. Is everybody gonna have like the right who's all on the shopping trip? Okay, so you two are gonna stay up here. Cool, because it's getting way past our time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's what I figured of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as we're all, so we got 4 of us going down to the shop, like 2 are staying out there, so we know that when we come back next week, we can figure out who wants to go first. If you want to go shopping first, or you 2 guys need to have a powwow or talk. Cool.
Is that what you're doing?
I'm going to ask that you read the book out loud.
You can sit beside me.
Yeah. But I am actually going to use some of the amber that I have, and I'm going to actually carve it into the shape of a raven to give to the raven queen.
I'm pretty sure the artisan could do that.
Yeah, but it's less meaningful.
Do you know how to carve
They
out rocks?
do. Yeah,
Your tinker tools?
yeah.
Okay.
I have the stuff for it. I bought it when we were at the shop last.
You bought it, but did you learn how to do it?
No, I know how to use it.
I'm just making sure
You're
having the
proficient in
thing and
tinker
having
tools?
proficiency are.
Well, with that and so with having the plan of what we need to do going forward, we all share the same goal now, same idea. Now it's time to stock up and get to the next leg of this journey, one step closer to home.
You need to make potions while you're here, by the way. You have that ability still. You've never really done that. And you have the money and
Or
stuff.
did you forget about it?
No, the last time I tried to make a potion, I still have a botched potion in my bag.
Give that to someone you don't like.
Yeah.
Healing
That's-
potion.
that's-
Damn, you
Yeah,
got it.
because it was only you and Tyler who
Yes.
had that
Yes.
ability.
Who learned how to do it, yes.
Whenever Navera made a holy hand grenade.
So we all have our goal. Now it's to stock up, resupply, get what we need moving forward, because who knows what's next in the next realm or the next leg of this journey. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing Stream the Serve as much as we can, so do that.
Donate.
Donate, definitely. Try to help out.
Donate.
It's not helping us, it's helping those who would serve.
We don't
So-
see a dime out of this.
Nope.
So it's our turn to give back, and that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing.
Do it.
Listen to the Viking.
So it helps. Helps those who served, if you know it. If you know people who have served, who need help, still contact Wounded Warrior and go through that all.
Or if you want to do it yourself, you can also jump on.
So, let's see where the road takes us. So I hope you liked today's thing. We'll see you guys here next week. So from us, the D20 Misfits,
Good night.
Good night.